Hey, and welcome to this video. My name is Nina, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a chill, natural build, but also it's going to be a little bit spooky, I guess. Perfect for spooky season, because we are going to be working on a sunken graveyard type of thing. Not sure what to call it yet, but you probably have seen by the time that this is up. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So I started off by building up these cliffs that are going to be surrounding the whole area, because I wanted this to feel tucked in, because I feel like that's honestly, I just feel like that's my go-to, to be quite honest with you. It's just a lot of fun for me to, tuck these areas away, make them feel kind of mysterious, but also maybe kind of cozy, which is probably not the best way to describe a graveyard, but we will go with it. This is a cozy graveyard. It's going to be very overgrown, and I really like it. And I did decide to later put in some candles to make it feel like even more kind of mysterious, like why are there candles burning, still burning on an abandoned island? We don't know. It's magic, okay? It's the ghosts taking care of the candles. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm very hyper right now because I just got some good news, and I am really happy because this day at work was very strange and I got the good news and I am just so happy. So it might be that I will be a little bit goofy, but so I apologize in advance if that's not what you're here for. But if you are, you're welcome. You're so welcome. I don't know what the hell. Okay, so I then just kept tweaking these cliffs. Oh my god, I can't stop laughing. Yeah, I just had to kind of keep adjusting it, and later in a couple of seconds, a minute, I don't know, and we will also, right now, we will also be adding this little river that we will be adding a bridge on top of, can you say that? That will lead across. And I had to adjust the cliff slightly while we were placing it, and then afterwards I adjusted it again because it was just taking up too much space, like the cliff in front of the bridge. So yeah, but again, you know how difficult it can be to place diagonal bridges, but I was actually quite surprised that we could fit one here. But I just really like how it looks, and I don't have that many bridges on this island, and it's kind of sad because I love them and I want to use them everywhere. So yeah, there you can see that I had to adjust the cliff because I tried placing the bridge and it didn't really work, so we had to zhuzh it up a little bit to make it fit. And then it actually worked, and I'm really happy how this looks in this area, especially since we chose the suspension bridge, which I had some help from deciding from some of the Discord gals. So I'm really thankful for that. Thank you so much for helping me out. Because I'm never sure what bridges to choose, especially for this island, because I kind of wanted to feel, really abandoned, but then I also really like the more kind of put together looking bridges. For example, like the blue steel bridge, I think it's called, and like the stone bridge, but I just didn't feel like it would fit into this jungly area that we're working on right now. And then I also implemented a couple of cliff trees actually, which I feel like I haven't done in such a long time, but I did not have another option in this little nook, so we had to do a little cliff tree. And yeah, I really like how it looks. And I was also really struggling with this left side because there was not that much space to add to the second tier cliff that I wanted to also frame this with, that is kind of to the right of the campsite and also the abandoned train station. So what we're working on right now is kind of also the backdrop of the abandoned train station. So I kind of wanted just to carry that over, and it also helps to make this feel extra tucked in, to have multiple cliffs and tiers tucking it in, if that makes sense. Nope. But yeah, I just adjusted it. I also did try some waterfalls, but I cut that out because I just didn't end up doing and using them. It just looked very weird and you couldn't really see them. So I was like, yeah, why would I add them then? My island is laggy enough already, even though people say that waterfalls or waterscaping should help with the lag, but I haven't noticed that so far. It might just be because I'm just using too many, like way too many simple panels on this island. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to go into that right now. But yeah, so I did not go with any waterscaping actually, but we're just going to make this feel like really like jungly, overgrown. I do keep it a bit open in the front because I want you to be able to, you know, overlook everything, and I kind of didn't want the transition from like the more city-esque and then the train station area to the jungle be like too much of a like harsh cut kind of. So I tried to, you know, softly, like gradually lead you into the forest. That does not sound concerning at all. Just follow me into the forest, you know.
Nice shot!
I don't know if that makes sense. I would have liked this to be like a longer way for you to get to the graveyard, but we just didn't have the space. This is like in between two finished huge builds, and it was very difficult to pre-plan, but I really like how it looks anyways. And I mean, graveyards do happen in cities too, so I feel like it didn't have to be like that far away, so I feel like it's okay. It should be okay. I like it. I like how it turned out. And then honestly, it was like we didn't use too many items down here. We basically just used like the grave stones, and we used like the Zen style stone and the Western style stone, I think they are called, for the graveyard, for the graves. Can you say the graves? Yes, I think the tombstones. I don't know, the things that I put down that mark where the dead people lie. That sounds very, very strange, but you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, and then we're just gonna add some flowers and everything. And to the upper level where we also have like the transition to the train station, we will have some more items and make it feel a little bit more decorated and not like I just threw a bunch of flowers down, which is what I did basically. And I also jigged some, you know, smaller trees in and like some shrubs to make it feel like a really densely overgrown forest. Can you say densely overgrown? That feels wrong. I don't know. We will run with it. And I also really like how this little, what is it called? The statue that I just put down. I really like how that looks. I just think it kind of looks like someone trying to keep the graves and like the people that are resting in this place safe, if that makes sense. So I felt like it was a nice place to put it. And since we are nearing the end of this island, I kind of want to use a bunch of statues because I feel like they really fit the vibe of this island, and I never really used them. So I felt like, you know, why just not use them all up? I do still have some left, but we do also still have some build lefts.
Wait a minute.
Some build lefts? Oh my lord. I should not record these in the evenings, but I just keep doing that. So I guess that's fine. But yeah, anyways, we are very close to finishing this island. And I think it's gonna be like, what, like 2 weeks? Like 3 weeks tops, and the third week would only be like finishing this island upstream or something like that. So we are really close to finishing it, and I'm kind of ready to finish it because I do already think about the next one, but I also really still enjoy this island, which has never happened to me before for any other island. So I'm really happy about that. And it kind of helps to, you know, keep the creative juices flowing and, you know, keep the fun while decorating, because if you're not having fun while decorating, it will show in the end. And I've put so much effort into this island. I kind of don't want me to get lazy like in the end and then just don't do what I would have if I would still enjoy the theme, if that makes sense. So I'm really glad that this is still very exciting for me to build. And I do have a couple more ideas, and I actually think that we're not even going to be able to fit all of them, so that's really sad. But I'm going to be talking and going back to the build now. I feel like I always go off topic, but I guess that's you know that by now, so why am I even mentioning it? I don't know. But yeah, also I wanted to add like this kind of chapel looking thing in the back, because I felt like it would look like a little church that where, you know, you would go to pray maybe for your lost ones or loved ones, whatever you would call that, or you would have the service right when someone passes, and yeah, something like that. So I kind of wanted to work on that. That's also why I placed that palm tree there so awkwardly just now, and I will be adding the little chapel later. But I'm still not really sure about it, so please let me know what you think about it, because I feel like it kind of looks a little bit off because of like the flowers that are on the what did I use for it? What is it called? Like the nuptial bell. There are like these flowers on top of it, and it feels a little bit too, you know, soft and cutesy, and you know, to go with a graveyard and this theme. So I feel like it may not fit the vibe, but I also really like it. So yeah, let me know what you think in the end, because I'm not sure. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't. Yeah, whatever. And I was struggling a bit with placing this, because you will see in just a few seconds that the palm tree is kind of going to go into the nuptial bell. You just saw that there. You will also see it in the end when I do the final tour and the montage, but it's kind of going into the nuptial bell, and I don't know how I feel about it, because you probably won't be able to tell because you're not going to pay attention to that, but I know it, and it's kind of bothering me, but there's no other way to place it, because if I would push it over to the left, you're not going to be able to see it properly from on top of the cliff, so I kind of don't like that, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Yeah, then I really just placed flowers and shrubbery and nature everywhere. And it has been a struggle actually, because I'm only using like white tulips, white hyacinths, white mums, and green mums, and in some certain like very few areas I'm using some blue flowers. So it has been a struggle to kind of make everything feel intentionally overgrown, so that no flowers of like the same color and type are next to each other. So that has been a struggle, and I'm looking forward to maybe mixing it up a little bit for the next island, which I am so excited for the color scheme that we're going to go for. But I will stop talking about that now. I've talked about it way too many times, and I feel like I'm talking so fast. Am I not? Oh my god. But I really like how that chopped bamboo looks down there, because it just adds this pop of green that I want to, you know, balance throughout the build with like the green mums and the palm trees and the bamboo trees. So I feel like it helps, and it isn't blocking the view, and it adds another element like in between all the flowers, the weeds and the bushes and everything. So I feel like it helps, and I really like doing that. And I feel like I've done that way too few times on this island. And what I also can't stop doing, you will see me do in a second, is I love using the barbed wire with the kind of broken barbed wire custom design next to it. I just can't stop using it, and I'm obsessed with it. So you will see me use that so many times in this build. It's ridiculous. I feel like it's the new, like, it has a very special place in my heart now, just like the ducks, like the decoy ducks. We now also have the barbed wire custom design code. And on this little nook that I have here, I kind of wanted to layer some of the signposts. So I was initially trying to work with this destination signpost, but it just was too big. So later we will be layering an angled, I was going to say design post, an angled signpost and just a straight regular signpost, and kind of layer them so that it looks like one of them is pointing to the city, one of them is pointing to the museum, and I really like how that looks in the end, because I've seen a couple of people do that on Instagram, and I really like how that looks. And you will also maybe notice that the grass color might shift throughout this build, because I did have to time travel a little bit, because since we're so close to finishing this island, I do not have all the tree types and sizes that I would like to use. So I need to plant some and then time travel day by day to get the different growth stages of the trees, and then stunt them with a fruit sprout, can you say that? Fruit seedling thingamajig. So that's why the grass color is shifting so many times, and why the trees magically grow throughout this build. But yeah, in the end we will be back to the 27th of March in the rain, maybe at 5 a.m. I have not yet filmed that like final montage thing, but I feel like it would be a nice time to both set the DA to, and also have for this build, like just for the montage, because of the candles that I decided to leave on, because it just makes it feel extra magical, you know. But we are already nearing the end of the build. Oh my goodness. It's time. So yeah, I just sprinkled in some more finishing touches, and then it was it for today, my lord. So I'm going to leave you now with a montage of the finished product. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate it if you like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on post notifications if you would like to hear me mumble and fumble about my words in the future. So yeah, thank you so much for watching again. I'm going to see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and bye-bye.